This week's Michigan Lottery Excellence in Education winner is Melissa Brown from Mona Shores High School, part of the Mona Shores Public Schools. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We have a video from your nominator. Let's take a look.
All right.
Mel Brown is a determined, dedicated, and down-to-earth teacher with a plain-spoken demeanor that the students love and gravitate towards. She doesn't just teach French. She does it in a manner that makes the topics lively and relevant, and all the while sneaking in life lessons and creating memories and experiences that the students talk about for years and make them reach out to her even after they've graduated. She's an amazing teacher, role model, and mentor to our youth.
Wow. Hey, Kelly, thank you.
Tell me who that is.
Kelly Morrell was a former coworker of mine. I used to work at Muskegon Catholic Central in Muskegon, and she worked in the same building with me. And when she first came, we found out that she worked internationally for the US government in diplomacy. So she and I bonded quite a bit, talking about all the places we traveled and things we'd done. And I had her come in my classroom a few times and talk to my students about her international experiences. So we haven't worked together in about 8 years now, but we're still friends. And I'm absolutely shocked, but simultaneously elated to see her gorgeous face and just really, really appreciate her expressing her gratitude out loud. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. What does this mean to you as a teacher?
I think most teachers don't look for shout outs or attention all that much. We just kind of go in the classroom and hang out with the kids and do the best we can. It doesn't occur to us that there are going to be accolades anywhere beyond the aha moments in the classroom that we get with students, the hellos, the high fives, the moments when kids come in and just need a couple extra minutes to have someone listen to them. And knowing that you're going to have alumni that are going to stick with you after they graduate, they want to be your Facebook friend, or they just want to be in touch, and you get invited to a wedding once in a while, or they just reach out and say, hey, I was just thinking about you and I really appreciated the experience that you gave me in the classroom, and thank you for that. I remember it and it stuck with me. That's enough for the most part. You don't think about things like this ever happening. All those other things are usually more than enough. But this is fun too.
You're a French teacher, but I understand that you kind of go above and beyond. You do some fun things in the class, like have a cheese sampling.
Oh yeah, actually that was last Friday, so it was pretty recent. About 17 years ago, I approached a woman called the Cheese Lady in Muskegon. Hey, Cheese Lady. And she was just starting her business, and I reached out to her and said, I'm a French teacher at a local high school, and I'd like to have an experience for my kids. Kids like food, and edible experiences stick in the mind and the heart. So I talked to her and we arranged some things, and I ended up buying some cheese from her and some bread. And I've been doing it for 17 years. I do it for French 1, the second Friday of the school year. And so it kind of sets the tone for the class. Kids love food, so it's a big surprise. They don't know until they walk in that day. They were told the day before to bring a bottle of water to school, and they didn't know why. And then they come in and there are, 4 or 5 cheeses set out on a front table, and they get to learn all about what cheese means in French culture and how it's different from cheese that they may have experienced in their own homes, what etiquette is related to cheese in France, and then we do a group tasting. So we all try one cheese at a time, and we get to share that with each other and look at each other's facial expressions and reactions. And there are some, especially when you get to the blue cheese. But it's, to me, it's one of those experiences that isn't just fun for kids, but it really sets the tone for our attitude in class. And it lets the kids know that there are values connected to this that are more metaphorical. Cheese is a bit like life. You got to have experiences if you're going to have an adventurous life, right? If you're going to have opinions that are based on things you've done and experiences you've had, right? They have a lot more value if you say, I don't like something because you tried it, right? So it's really about encouraging kids to try new things, to, as Ted Lasso says, to be curious, not judgmental. So just go for it, right? Just eat the cheese and see what happens. It could be the greatest thing you've ever eaten, or it could be an absolute disaster. In either case, it's a great story.
I love
and
that.
You learn a little bit more about yourself, and you get a little braver. And in the long term, I think that pays off for the kids, not just in the classroom, but when they leave the classroom as well.
So I know the personal experience of having a great French teacher. And
Good.
I remember what that was like when it clicked in and I was dreaming about the language. What's that like for you when a student gets it?
That is the reward, isn't it? I mean, this is a lovely reward, but that is the reward for me to have kids. We talk about the aha moment. Having kids who, took a couple of years in high school, but then they go study abroad. And it doesn't have to be France, it could be anywhere, but they took that chance to do that. I have a lot of kids who go on my trip to France. I take students to France every 2 years. And those kids, develop so much confidence in themselves. They know that they can do things that seem hard or scary, and they go out and they do it, and they keep doing it for the rest of their lives. And that's just makes me so proud that I could just be a part of that journey and help them see what they're capable of and what kind of positive changes they can make, not just for their own lives, but for their community as well. That's the stuff I love.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you
for what you do.
so much. I appreciate it.
Melissa from Mona Shores High School receives a $2,000 check from the Michigan Lottery. Excellence in Education Award sponsored by the Michigan Lottery, providing more than $27 billion to public education since 1972.